First game of the divisional round, we have Cincinnati at Tennessee. Here we have Ryan Tannehill dropping back, and he throws an interception on the very first play of the game. That was just a bad, ball. They read that. I think Julio was actually doing a curl here, and they read that beautifully, and he just jumped in front of a ball. I don't know what Ryan Tannehill was thinking here. We have Joe Burrow, and this was the story of the game for the Bengals. The Bengals offensive line has to do a better job of protecting Joe Burrow if they want to win the Super Bowl. He got sacked, I believe, either 9 or 10 times in this game, which is the most in NFL history. And here we have what was almost a pick thrown by Ryan Tannehill, but they do say it's down. But that was a beautiful ball if you actually would have caught that. And Cincinnati leaves here with 3. They had already scored 3 based off that Ryan Tannehill pick. Here we have Ryan Tannehill dropping back, and he actually drove. This is actually a beautiful ball caught by Brown. AJ Brown catches a beautiful ball, and he was catching balls like he literally was carrying the Titans. Goal line situation, they put Derrick Henry in as the quarterback, and he just takes the ball. Dangerous thing about that play is we've seen him drop back and actually throw it, so that leaves the mystique there. He just kind of runs that in pretty easily. He didn't look like himself this entire game, but he looked decent enough that they could have won. Here we have a ball. It is actually he actually fumbles, but Jamar Chase picks it up for him. Derrick Henry didn't really look like himself entirely, which is why Ryan Tannehill actually had to win this game, but he didn't. Here we have another sack by the Bengals offensive line. They did not want to protect Joe Burrow. I don't know what was going on with him. Here we have a nice run after the catch, and I believe it just puts them in field goal range. It does. And then we have this touchdown run by Mixon. Beautiful run. Ugly ass dance. I don't know why he did that shit. That shit was ugly as fuck. And throughout this game, the Bengals just seemed like they were completely in control. The Tennessee Titans never really felt comfortable. Here we have a nice fucking run here. He takes this, I believe, to the 10, maybe the 9. Of course, it's the Tennessee Titans. So Ryan Tannehill once again is going to make a very bad mistake. And I believe this mistake happened on the very next play. It was either a play or 2 after this. They're in position to score here. Ryan Tannehill drops back. It looks like they're trying to do a screen, and it is beautiful play by the defense. To be fair, this one wasn't entirely Ryan Tannehill's fault. This was just a beautiful read by the defense, but Ryan has to be better with his awareness. They were picking his ass off all night. Here we have one of his very few really good passes. He just bombs that bitch down the field. I believe that's AJ Brown again. He was just catching every fucking ball that was thrown through him, but no points come out of that. Here we have a interception. Now this pick was actually cool because it didn't look like an interception. He catches the ball, and when he catches the ball, it scrapes the ground. But the refs say that he maintained possession and that the ground didn't really help with the interception, he already had it. So this was actually deemed an interception. I thought this was going to be called back, but this was a beautiful play by the defense. The Titans defense played, I ain't going to say they played a great game, but they played well enough for them to win. Here we have Ryan Tannehill's best throw, and it's a beautiful touchdown to guess who? AJ fucking Brown. That was a beautiful throw. That was a beautiful catch. That's what he needed to do all fucking game. Here we essentially have the nail in the coffin. Ryan Tannehill drops back, and of course he throws another interception. The Titans only needed about 30 yards, and then they could have kicked the field goal and won this game. But this was a pretty bad ball by Tannehill. It was 4 Bengals around this receiver, and he threw it in there. I think he threw it a little bit too high too. And then the Bengals got the ball back with 20 seconds left. And Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase makes probably their best connection of the year. They get in field goal range. Here, I believe they just kind of kneel. No, he runs the ball. I believe on the next play, they kneel. And Cincinnati actually goes into Tennessee on the number 1 seed and beats them by 3. Cincinnati played a great game. Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill just kind of played them out of this game. Nobody expected Derrick Henry to come back and rush for 100 yards. It was clear that he wasn't really himself, so he was there to help you, but a lot of this game was gonna fall on Ryan Tannehill, and he just could not make the plays. He threw 3 interceptions, I believe, and then that one interception was just too crucial, and that just put him out of the ball game. The Bengals played They didn't play the best game. The offensive line definitely is going to need some work if they want to make it to the Super Bowl and they want to make this like Super Bowl run. That offensive line has to do better. But they do clinch the AFC Championship, and they will go against either the Bills or the Chiefs.